Today we are going to talk about the full hire to retire process, how this process in the business works, and then we'll go and relate this process to Oracle's components or Oracle's modules and Oracle forms. So as you can see here on this presentation, there are multiple parts of the process. On the left you can see there are different sections like manage recruitment, manage employee information, manage employee deployment and retirement, manage employee development, employee self-service, HR policies, employee compensation and benefits, and managing the vendors. So these are some of the high-level processes that an HR organization normally follows. As you can see, the start of this process starts from a requirement of an employee. This requirement can come from HR, or it can come from the hiring manager, or it can come from anyone who needs an, a headcount or an employee to work on a particular position, and this request is normally called a requisition. So first of all, the process starts from raising a requisition. So a hiring manager creates a new requisition for a new employee. This is normally done automatic, which is using tools like iRecruitment, Virtual Edge, and there are many other vendors who provide these facilities. In some companies it is still manual, wherein they send an email to HR saying that we do need this position to be filled up and things like that. Once a requisition is created, a job posting is created after that. Now this job posting again can be automated or it could be manual. The job posting basically means that the program goes and files a new job posting on dice.com, monster.com, and various websites like that. It could be internal job posting website, it could be external job posting website. Also it could send email to various consultants who a company works with, and then tell them that they need a position to be filled up with these kind of requirements or this skill set. So once all these things are done, the process goes offline, which is to find the correct candidates and get their resumes and stuff like that. Once they have all those things, then they identify the correct candidates, screen the candidates, and after the interview process, all the negotiation and things, they hire the candidate, and that's where the HRMS kicks in. Hiring the candidates can happen in iRecruitment or tools like Virtual Edge, and that is followed by the onboarding process when the HR team will go in and create a new employee record in Oracle HRMS. This is where the screen, the people form in Oracle comes into picture. Once you hire the candidate, then your employee is on board. Then you manage the employee's basic information. You decide who is going to report to, what is the hierarchy he's going to fall into, what will be his reporting hierarchy, what will be the manager hierarchy, how will you manage the skills information, employees educational information, all the courses that he has attended, certifications that he has gone through, all the trainings that he has taken, and his grade level, and all those kind of things, which alumni he belongs to, etc. Then you manage the entitlements and compensation info, wherein you decide what salary it has to be given, what is the compensation that the employee will be given, what are the stock options he will be given, what other benefits or perks, and all these things defined. Like compensation itself is a big process, and all these things are defined based on the grade level of the employee. If he is joining at a starter level, intern level, a VP or a director level, or as a board of directors, and those all kind of things decide the compensation of that particular employee. Then compensation is sometimes also linked to the performance information, wherein you say which employee performed well. So this may not be true for the new hire, but it will eventually come up as the employee starts working and showing his skills and his works. Then you capture his performance, and the manager, based on his performance, gives him a rating, and based on that rating, the compensation is decided. Then you manage the employee's leave and absent information. Leave of absence, it could be short-term leave, it could be long-term leave, it could be all those kind of accrued leaves or non-accrued leaves and other benefits on the paid time off. Then you manage employee inquiry. So when employees call for a particular information, you can do that using Oracle, provide them the information that they are looking for, or maintain their information in the system. The deployment and retirement starts when you induct the employee and deploy them on a particular project. The deployment is basically the employee assignment, and as you may know that Oracle provides you a feature to have one or more assignments for an employee. Then redeploy employee is basically changing their assignment, changing the supervisor, changing the project location, and things like that. Then termination of the employees, like when employee is ready to leave or he wants to leave or you want to fire him, then you terminate the employees, or you retire the employees when their retirement time period is reached. While managing the employee development, you conduct the trainings, you define the performance metrics and objectives, you appraise the employee on those performance measures and objectives, and you manage the employees training if they need any performance improvement or if they need a particular certification or a particular training. Then those kind of things have taken place in the employee development section. And then you manage employees promotion and the succession planning, wherein you try to understand who is going to fit into which role going forward, and what are the person's aspirations and where can we fit that person in. Employee self-service is used for employees to record their work time, if you are going to have them exempt or non-exempt, based on that whether they will be entering their time sheets or not, and things like that are entered in the employee self-service. From employee self-service, employees can also maintain their phone number, their addresses, their personal information, contact information, emergency contacts, their skill sets, their educational information. Everything can be entered using the employee self-service. They can apply for a leave, which will eventually need a manager approval based on the company's policies, and they can also manage all the dependent information like I mentioned. These are the things that can be done in employee self-service. The HR policies are maintained, like it could be in Oracle, it could be documents in Oracle, or it could be external website which is linked to other tools, as well as from the Oracle self-service, where all the policies, process guides and everything is hosted. Payroll is processed in the compensation of benefits module, like you define what all the earnings employee will have, what all benefit plans he will have, and you manage his taxes based on the address information, manage the employee's stock option, manage their healthcare benefits, separation pay, cobra, severance, all those kind of things, and you pay them using the Oracle HRMS system. So these are all the main HR core processes, which start from recruitment and ends till retiring the employee or firing the employee. So that's why the process is called hire to retire process. And as you can also see, there are some other things which are processing the job application, which are sometimes done internally in-house or done by the vendors. Processing of stock options, of course, will be done by external vendors, because not all the companies will be able to process it on their own, so they have to outsource it to things like E-Trade or Fidelity and those companies. And healthcare benefits, of course, will be provided by the healthcare vendors, which will work in conjunction with our HR users and HR processes.